No, we gotta go full screen.
Full screen, he says.
Alrighty.
I heard it.
Yep, me too. Welcome, everybody, to the Average Intelligence Podcast. I am joined once again. This is another Nerdcast episode. I'm joined once again by friend of the show, Ben the Ref.
Hi, how are you? How you doing?
It's a thing. You know, apparently everybody's sick and it's no bueno.
Apparently, I'm better off than Eric is.
Yeah, he got the Rona diagnosis.
Oh, he's got the Rona?
He's got the Rona.
Oh.
He's got the Rona. He did a good job.
My Corona.
Virus. But anyway, to the main point of this. See, this all actually started during our podcast, the Down the Middle podcast, which is, I mean, it's pretty awesome, not going to lie. But you said something that I took issue with.
Well, I mean, come on now.
No, it's unforgivable what you said.
All right, let's remind the people at home what I said.
He said The Last Jedi was, and I quote, not that bad.
I mean, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't.
It's okay. Here's the thing. It was most certainly the worst Star Wars movie ever made. It may be one of the worst, like, mainstream Hollywood movies ever made outside of Star Wars, but it's definitely the worst Star Wars movie ever made.
I disagree. I think Force Awakens. Sorry. I think episode 1 was the worst one ever.
Hence the title of this episode, which I'm actually quite proud of that and the thumbnail, so. Okay.
Everybody knows us. We know we won't stick on Star Wars long.
No, we're going to. We're going to. I'm going to try my damnedest. Okay, so before I verbally eviscerate your point of view, why, in your opinion, is episode 1 worse than episode 8?
Jar Jar Binks.
Okay. First of all, Jar Jar is in 3 movies, not just 1.
I'm going to say this now, though. That's why I say this. It's been a long time since I've seen that trilogy. So you got to be fair on it, okay?
Like, oh my god, where do I even start? Okay, so I agree. Jar Jar is not good. It's not even redeemingly funny. It didn't, and the character didn't do what they wanted it to do, which was to be the appeal for kids. Or at least it didn't to the degree that they wanted it to. But, I mean, The Last Jedi is just full of bad writing, bad acting, terrible directing. Well, I shouldn't even say bad acting, because I'm sure it ties into the terrible directing.
Okay, can I say this right now? Isn't Jar Jar supposed to be like a actual speaking version of Chewbacca?
I mean, essentially, that was the role that they wanted to put him in.
Yeah, well, Chewbacca's Chewbacca. You cannot replace Chewbacca.
Well, I know, Chewbacca's a badass, and Jar Jar is...
nothing.
I mean, Jar Jar was honestly a premonition of things to come, because Jar Jar just kept failing upwards.
You're right.
As opposed to Rey, who never fails. So we've gone...
Hey, hold on. Did you say that Last Jedi is one of the worst movies of all time?
Yes. 100%. Not the worst, but one of the worst.
So if I'm sorry, but I could I could think of a million movies way worse than Last Jedi.
Okay, go for it.
Telephone.
I don't think I saw that one.
Exactly my point.
Okay, but is this a mainstream Hollywood movie or is this some indie thing?
No, it was a. I mean, it was a Hollywood movie. It came out in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Okay, I guess it counts because Return of the Jedi came out. Okay, I have not seen Telephone. I cannot speak to its.
You don't want to see Telephone.
I didn't want to see The Last Jedi, especially after I saw it.
Okay, but you have to see The Last Jedi to go along with the story to get to the Rise Against the Skywalkers.
Yeah, but that last trilogy should never have been made.
Right, but it finally culminated on what needed to be explained.
The only way they can save Star Wars as a franchise at this point is if they start episode 10 with Luke just waking up from a nightmare.
Well, we know that's not going to happen.
No, because Disney has demonstrated that they take great things that are already made and they shit the bed with them.
It's that phrase, don't kill what is that?
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
And what kills me about like I think the most frustrating part is you have all this already existing lore in Star Wars that you could have gone any direction, but they were like, no, we're gonna make up our own shit because we gotta have girl power, man. And that already existed in Star Wars. You had it already. You didn't have to create a Mary Sue and then have a converted stormtrooper, which was interesting, but then completely ruin the character, and then have a hotshot pilot flyboy get emasculated by an admiral or a vice admiral that at no point knew what the fuck she was doing. Oh, except she did, but didn't see fit to tell anyone on her senior staff. Like, the movie just doesn't make any sense. Spoiler alert, by the way.
Bunch of spoilers if you have not watched Star Wars, which I know a lot of people who have not watched Star Wars.
If you haven't seen it by now, you don't care to see it.
I agree with you on that one. You're right.
It's been out for a while.
Or they're just the type of people that think that why is that something that's on Disney Plus?
Yeah, it's like, when did they buy that? Although, shame on me because I didn't know that Disney bought Fox for the longest time. You actually told me that. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
But then again, that's why I told you that there are. I think I told you they are doing another Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's in the works.
They're doing another. Yeah. What were you saying?
Well, you'd given me one movie example that was worse than The Last Jedi.
Okay, I'm just stating, like,
I'll give you one. I'll give you one.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, give me another one because I haven't seen Telephone.
Okay, you want me to give you the premise of Telephone?
Sure.
It stars Whoopi Goldberg, and okay, you know who Whoopi Goldberg is.
Well, yeah.
And most of the movie, she's on the fucking phone.
You know, here's our first off topic. Speaking of movies where the guy's on the telephone the whole time, I just watched The Guilty on Netflix. Starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
It's fucking amazing.
But is he on the telephone most of the movie?
Pretty much. Because what it is, he's a cop that is in legal trouble, so he can't be on active duty, so he's working in a 911 dispatch center. Oh, it's really good. It's so good.
That reminds me. Hold up. I'm sorry. I apologize. That reminds me of another movie. I know we're going way off topic, but that reminds me of another movie. I can't think of the movie.
I'll bring it back. Don't worry.
We tried to do that. It doesn't work.
I've got it. People have come for Star Wars, and we're just going to give them bad movie recommendations to hate watch.
Well, no, this movie has Michelle Pfeiffer in it. She gets kidnapped, and they're trying to get her daughter, and she's in this house, and she manages to call somebody from a broken telephone that she has up in the attic, and she manages to wire it to call to this guy who doesn't know who the hell she is, but realizes that he has to stay on the phone with her, and he's trying to like steal phones and everything else from people, and steal chargers and stay on the phone with her. And so in the end, they finally rescues her and the daughter and everything else. It's like he got put into something that he wasn't supposed to be put into. I can't think of what it's called.
You know what, though? That sounds a lot more interesting than The Last Jedi.
Well,
and here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Like, let's look at this in premise. Like, it's a decent idea, but they just completely shit the bed with it.
I'm not saying that Last Jedi was one of the greatest movies of all time. I'm not stating that.
No, but you said it wasn't that bad, and I'm here to tell you it was that bad and worse.
Okay. I'm just saying the new trilogy was better than...
Sucks! No. No, I will not agree with that at all. The new trilogy is... The prequel trilogy has its problems, I will admit, but it is not... The prequel trilogy is far superior to the new one.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, no, let's look at this. Okay, so in your opinion, what makes the new trilogy better than the prequels? Other than Jar Jar, we've covered that.
Okay, well, no, I can't really. You had to do that, didn't you?
Well, no, okay. So what's the rest of your beef with Jar Jar?
I just think he's a sucky character.
Okay, that's one sucky character, though. The new trilogy is full of sucky characters.
Okay, I'm not disagreeing with you on that one. I'm not. Okay, let's look at Star Wars in an entire whole, though. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do this. Let's look at Rogue One.
Okay.
Was it Rogue One? Or was Rogue One the one where the girl was the star of the movie?
Yeah.
And she ends up dying?
Yeah. And Rogue One is excellent.
Okay. That movie pissed me off.
Why?
Because I didn't feel like I understood why she had to die. I did. I just don't think she needed to.
Oh, dude, everybody died. And I did not expect that.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
I did not expect that. I remember sitting in the theater at the very end. I'm like, holy shit, everyone dies. Good job. Like, it was so good. But then again, it's like I understood why they died. Because you don't hear about them. Exactly. Yeah, it had to be a standalone. It made sense narratively, but it also showed that, okay, so part of the controversy with The Last Jedi in particular was everyone had a problem with Rey and the Rose character. And then, of course, Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy took to Twitter and were like, everybody's just hates women and hates female empowerment. No, because they didn't fuck it up with Rogue One. You had a female lead who was tough and earned it. And people loved that movie. What they didn't do was give her magical powers that she didn't have to work for. And just be like, True. I'm Rey. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Whatever I need to do to push the plot forward. But I can't look bad ever. But I'm going to emasculate everyone that I come across. Except Leia, because, like, boss bitches.
Now, would you agree, though, that not just The Last Jedi, but every middle movie of each trilogy is the worst ones?
No, because Empire Strikes Back is the best of the original trilogy.
I think not.
Let me guess, you're a Return to the Jedi fan?
There you go.
Okay, that's acceptable, though. Because I will say, when I was younger, Return of the Jedi was my favorite, but then when I got older, I changed my mind to the right choice, which is Empire.
Jedi's always right there.
That's an acceptable answer. It is, because Jedi has its merits. But in the prequel trilogy, are you telling me that Attack of the Clones is worse than Episode 1?
Well,
Yeah,
but but then again, I am a fan of Mandalorian now, so that's like
that doesn't even count though because they didn't fuck that one up. They did the Mandalorian right.
okay, but Mandalorian takes place after Episode 6.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, but it's
maybe,
it's not part of a movie trilogy though.
well, I know I'm not disagreeing with that either. I'm just saying, like, maybe I'm too old school, like old school.
No, I don't think so because again, going back to Rogue One proves that they can make a new Star Wars movie, but if you make it right, people are going to like it.
Right.
If you because the problem with The Last Jedi was they went out of their way to try to subvert people's expectations to the point where the story didn't make sense. They shit on all the old characters. They didn't have any respect whatsoever for the lore. And they were so concerned with making Rey look powerful that they didn't even think as to whether or not it would make sense to the overall story.
Right.
So it's just bad writing. Rey could have been an amazing character. I was actually excited before The Force Awakens came out because I read that the lead was going to be a girl, and I'm like, you know what? Interesting new take on it. I'm excited to see this. And then I saw The Force Awakens, and I'm like, fuck.
Well, and I think one of the biggest thing is they're expecting her and Finn. Was it Finn?
Yeah, the Stormtrooper.
Yeah. They're expecting them two to get together.
And then they did nothing with it, except Finn spends the next all three movies just simping over her until he gets a gander at in the last movie he gets a gander at one of the women on that planet they go to, I think. And then he's just like, yeah, fuck Rey. I'm done with this chick. And then they hinted at something with him and Rose. And I'm sorry, in The Last Jedi, Rose should have knocked his ship out of the way and then gotten killed herself.
Yeah.
Because seriously, how stupid is this? This is how stupid that fucking movie was. Okay, so Finn was going to sacrifice himself by crashing into the fucking thing. The cannon or whatever it was. And this is how fucking stupid it is. So Rose stops him from doing that, but she doesn't take his place. She just stops him from destroying the cannon. It's like, I didn't want to see you die. Well, if you don't destroy the cannon, you're all going to fucking die anyway.
You're right.
So what the fuck?
You're right.
It makes no sense. Now, of course, they all had plot armor because the writers knew that Luke's Force Ghost was going to show up and save the day, but the characters couldn't have known that.
No.
So it's like, oh, great, we got 5 extra seconds together before we're brutally murdered by Kylo Ren. Good job, Rose.
And then he ends up becoming good and falling in love with Finn. Nothing. Falling in love with Rey, and there you go.
Although I suspect there is quite a bit of Kylo Ren Finn fan fiction.
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there is. It's like, he slowly took off his stormtrooper helmet to reveal his sweating, glistening forehead. It's out there.
All right, what did you think of Solo?
I actually have not seen Solo because after The Last Jedi, I'm like, fuck Star Wars, I'm done. Well, I saw The Force Awakens just because I had read that they basically undid everything wrong with The Last Jedi, and they didn't. They actually made it worse.
You mean Skywalker?
Yeah, The Rise of Skywalker.
You said Force Awakens.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I meant The Rise of Skywalker. My bad.
Okay, but you've got to watch Solo because, a lot of people hate on Solo.
I've heard it was a mixed bag. I've heard some people say it was really good and some people say that it sucked.
To me, I like it because you see, because you didn't know how Han Solo was.
Yeah, I know.
I'm who he was.
I'm interested in seeing it.
Right. You didn't know how did Solo get the Falcon?
He won it. He won it in a game of cards against Lando Calrissian. They covered that in Empire.
Well, okay, but what I say,
Yeah,
like,
no, you don't
actually,
get to see it. You don't get to see it.
right? But like, until you watch Solo, it's like, okay, now you get to see everything. I like origin stories.
Yeah, I like them for the most part too, but you hated episode 1.
Well,
So this is a really interesting. Speaking of episode 1, this is a very interesting story. You know, the kid who played Anakin Skywalker went to high school here, right?
where?
In Indy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think it. Well, actually, I think it was Carmel High. I can't remember, but it was in the Indianapolis area. And fun fact, I actually met that dude a long time ago in a galaxy not so far away.
That's a little interesting considering I know you went to school.
I didn't meet him. I didn't meet him in school. I met him at a summer program thing.
Oh,
but the best part was he was there under an alias. But even everybody was like, that dude looks a lot like the kid from fucking Star Wars. And then one of the faculty members slipped up, and actually he went under an alias, but his last name of his fake name was his mom's maiden name. So his alias at Culver was Matt Riley. But it was fucking Jake. It was fucking Jake Lloyd.
Huh.
And then he got kicked out because he stole like $200 from. And this is what I was told. I was told that he got kicked out because he stole money from another like student, which is
weird.
Which is fucking hilarious because he's got that Star Wars money.
Right. Well, technically, no, he wouldn't have it. His parents would have it.
Oh yeah, valid point. At that point, yeah. Okay, so maybe he did need the money.
But then again, even if he had the Star Wars money, it's like, why would he need to steal $200 from somebody?
I don't know. It's just interesting because I met fucking Darth Vader before he became Darth Vader.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, he was very good at poker.
He gets quiet.
Yep. Apparently he got heavily bullied in school because people would come up to him and be like, and I knew one of the people that claimed to have bullied him incessantly.
It's all good. Darth Vader's the best Darth of all time.
Well, yeah.
I rank him. Think is hard.
Maul, who is the saving grace of episode 1, by the way. See, this is where I think they fucked up in the prequel trilogy. I think it should have been. I think Count Dooku should have been the villain in the first one, and then you could have had Maul in 2 and 3.
Right.
Because if you think about it, it makes sense. Because you could send somebody like Dooku, and Dooku didn't even have to die in episode 1 if you think about it, because you could have sent Count Dooku would have made sense to send somebody like that to Naboo to help with the negotiations, or to be like a provincial governor for the Trade Federation, and that could have kickstarted the whole separatist thing. But then you have Maul introduced after Dooku was killed, presumably in episode 2 after he starts the Clone Wars. And then that's Anakin kills Maul, and that's when the Emperor's like, oh, I have a new apprentice.
Oh, well, that's funny you talk about Maul, because Maul is, I like Maul. I think you said you haven't seen Solo, right?
I have not seen Solo.
Oh, well, then spoiler alert.
Darth Maul's in it?
Yes.
Yeah, they hint at him in The Mandalorian, too. Because technically Maul doesn't die in Star Wars canon thus far. Maul doesn't actually die until he duels Obi-Wan on Tatooine shortly before the events of A New Hope.
Okay. Well, when did they talk about him in The Mandalorian?
They hinted at him. They don't actually say his name, but they hint at. I don't remember the details, but somebody somewhere hints at it. They're planting the seed at some point that Maul will be introduced into the Star Wars universe again.
Oh well, crap! I'd be excited for that one.
Oh, I know. Well, so would everybody else. Kind of like everybody freaked out when Ahsoka Tano was on The Mandalorian.
I know I'm excited for the Darth Vader series that they're doing.
Ooh, they're doing a Darth Vader series?
Yeah, Anakin's coming back.
As Anakin or as Vader?
Well, Hayden Christensen.
Oh, okay, to play Vader.
Yes.
Yeah, good for him. I always felt like Hayden Christensen kind of got a raw deal because, like, for some reason people disliked him, and I'm like, it's not Hayden Christensen, it's whoever's writing this shitty dialogue.
See, and that's the thing about Disney Plus is they take all these big movies and they have the money to make TV shows. So that's why like they're doing with the Marvel universe with all the TV shows, separately, especially with the big actors. They could do it too with Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing it with Mandalorian and Boba Fett and all that stuff.
Which it was, speaking of the Mandalorian, when they brought Boba Fett, I heard that Boba Fett comes back, and I was kind of nervous, but I love how they did it. I thought it was great. And now Boba Fett's getting a series, and I'm like, that's about the only way you could turn Boba Fett babyface. But they did it.
But is he a babyface though?
Yeah. Oh yeah. In contemporary Star Wars, like as far as the Mandalorian, yeah.
Well,
Boba Fett's a babyface.
It's just funny though when you watch Star Wars, you watch Mandalorian, and you watch the show, and it's like you're watching the characters and like try to figure out who the actual people are, and they go through, you're like, oh okay, and yada yada yada, and then I'm like, I didn't think that they were actually on there.
Yeah,
but it's like, okay, this is cool.
Which that kind of reminds me of something that I realized watching The Mandalorian is much like contemporary American culture, the Star Wars universe has a very, very short memory. And why I say that, because they establish in The Mandalorian that Grogu is about 50 years old.
Grogu.
Baby Yoda.
Okay.
But Ahsoka... Oh, what?
The child.
No, they named him.
I know.
And if anything, it's fucking Baby Yoda.
I know.
But anyway, and Ahsoka says that Grogu was at the Jedi Temple.
Right.
And that he escaped. So this means that the events of Episode 3 and the events of The Mandalorian, which is set 5 years after Return of the Jedi, is no more than 50 years, probably less. But they make it sound like it was so long ago.
Right.
I'm just like, well, damn, that's not a long time, but they make it seem like it's been ages. Like, especially how they talk about the Jedi. Because, like, what does Han say? Hokey religion and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid. Shit, dude, right. It might have been 30, 40 years ago. It's not exactly ancient. And the Jedi were well known, even in the Outer Rim. It's not like it was a legend. I mean, people on Tatooine in the Outer Rim knew who a Jedi was. They recognized them.
Right. And then over time, Jedis became legendary and everything else because they're known for what they're known for.
Well, but over time, being like less than 50 years.
Well, that's true.
It's just weird, man.
That's why they always ask you, would you rather be a Jedi or rather be a Sith?
Well, both kind of suck if you think about it.
I know, but if you actually had to pick, that's the thing.
I would. This is a cop-out answer, but I would totally be a Jedi because you can. It's not easy, but you can stop being a Jedi.
You can,
Yeah.
but you can be both. But you can be both at the same time.
No, you can't.
Look, you can't be a Jedi and be bad at the same time.
No, that makes you a Sith by definition.
Well, look at Darth Vader.
Darth Vader is a Sith.
Right, but he was also a Jedi.
Yeah, but then he became a Sith. This happened like almost instantaneously.
No. He's proven that Jedis can become Sith.
Well, yeah,
become
all theoretically all Sith is, well, I guess not all of them because some would have been born into the order, but well, I mean, yeah. I mean, theoretically you could, but you can't be one simultaneously. Like one is different from the other. It's black and white.
Oh, right, but what I'm saying is that whole family, well, mainly grandfather and grandson, went from one side to the other, then back.
Mm-hmm.
Which is something that they didn't think that would actually happen.
Technically, Ben Solo never actually became a Jedi. He was still in training. Technically.
But he was still, okay. Technically, yes, but technically he was still a Jedi.
Yes,
in
but
training.
Yeah, but no one.
Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, but he was, even though he was a Jedi in training, he still became a Sith from learning of being a Jedi, and then went back to being a Jedi afterwards.
Yeah, but the sad fact of the matter is, no matter what side of the Force he identified with, Kylo Ren was always 100% bitch. Weak sauce. He was essentially just a millennial whiny Darth Vader. Or Darth Vader wannabe.
And that's what sucks about. I'm not going to get into the political race of the Gen Zs and Gen Xers and all that shit, but that's what it's pretty much turned into.
But I mean, like, I'm being real here. Kylo Ren is almost like a parody of like the millennial and Gen Z stereotypes.
Of Darth Vader, yes, I know.
I mean, it's literally like if Darth Vader was a soy boy. Things didn't go my way. I'm just gonna throw a fit.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong.
Eric says, "Kill Han Solo. You're a loser." What does that mean? He's got the COVID delirium.
What does that mean by kill Han Solo?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I don't know what you mean.
Everybody knows he's already dead.
Yeah, because Kylo Ren killed him like a bitch. Oh, fuck. Don't tell me you're a Kylo Ren fan, Eric.
But hey, hold on. I'm not defending him, but for the longest time, nobody knew if he was dead.
Who didn't know who was dead?
Han Solo.
Everyone knew he was dead.
No. What I'm saying is after watching what had happened, because there's that one part to where you didn't see Chewie. Like Chewie was there in the thing.
Yeah.
He disappeared. He probably took the Falcon to go find him.
What?
And get him. No, I'm serious.
Han is dead. Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say that, Eric. He got pushed. Okay, so even if the lightsaber didn't kill him, which I mean, when it goes through the heart, that's kind of a done deal. But then he pushed him into the hole.
Okay, but what I'm saying is I've accepted the fact that Han Solo is dead. I agree with you on this.
Okay.
What I'm saying is there was that one scene in there in Force Awakens where Chewie was there. He probably seen it. I think he did see it.
He did. He went.
Right. And I think he tried to go find. I thought he tried to go find him or something. And couldn't find him, and probably just accepted the fact afterwards. Okay, he's dead. Let's just move on.
Well, I think he was a little busy trying to not die, but yeah, because then
Well,
didn't he shoot Kylo Ren with the crossbow thing?
oh, that's right, he did.
Yeah, he's like. He screamed, and then Rey's like, "No! Don't push it down the hole! I can't believe you killed him even though we stood here and did absolutely fucking nothing because we're useless tools. Why didn't you use the Force to fucking stop the lightsaber, you stupid cunt?"
God, now after I'm talking with you about this, Mandalorian's a lot better than fucking Star Wars.
Dude. That's what I've been saying, man. The new trilogy sucks so bad. It's a classic example of all they had to do was not fuck it up. And then they just fucked it up.
I will say this, though. When I watched Rise of Skywalker, and we saw the scene, it was, spoiler alert about Chewbacca. We saw the scene about Chewbacca.
Oh, yeah. But it's okay because he's not actually dead, because we spent the entire trilogy just killing off the original cast one by one, but both he and C-3PO get fake deaths that are literally reversed in a matter of minutes.
Right.
Fucking stupid.
Well, that's the thing is I was watching it here in my house with my uncle, and as soon as that happened, as soon as that scene happened, my uncle's like, "I'm done. I'm not watching the rest of it. I'm done watching the movie." I'm like, "You gotta finish it."
Well, you know what? You know what it feels like when you're watching it? It feels like they did kill Chewie, but then they showed it to a test audience and they were like, "Nope, too far. You can't kill Chewie." Because they just kind of inserted him back. That's what it feels like. I'm not saying that's what they did, but that's kind of what it feels like. And 3PO's death was so weak because I was actually, like, that scene I was emotionally invested in because I'm like, oh, fuck. 3PO's gonna, which technically has happened to him before, which is, I'll go back to this in a second, but that's one of my beefs with the prequel trilogy and involves C-3PO. But, so in order to access the memory file, all of his other memories get erased, right?
Right.
But then immediately after, they restore his fucking memory.
R2-D2 can redo
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So it's completely fucking point. Why couldn't R2 just access the fucking file? Why did we have to go to this stupid fucking planet? It makes no sense.
R2 wasn't with him at that point.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
BB-8 was with him.
Oh, so you're telling me BB-8 can't do it?
BB-8 probably doesn't have the technology to do it, unlike R2-D2. There's R2-D2 who's always been... Speaking
of BB-8 and technology, this
here we go.
This is a little gripe. Well, to me, it's huge. That design in a droid is so incredibly fucking dumb. Not to mention inaccurate. That wheel body spinning, he wouldn't have gotten very far on Tatooine. He would have just dug a fucking hole. And how do I know this? Because they actually had trouble with the remote-controlled robot in the sand. They had to lay a fucking track for it. Stupid.
Are you mad because he's supposed to be an upgraded version of R2-D2?
No, I found the concept interesting. I just thought the design was stupid.
Right, but you know that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, I know. It's an R2-D2. It's R2-D2 Lite. They're like, oh, we're gonna make it super cute though, because we're gonna make it a ball. But then they didn't think it through. Not to mention, how does the head connect to the body if the whole body can roll? This makes no sense. These are the things that keep me up at night. Seriously, how the fuck is it held in place?
I don't know.
Because it's fucking dumb.
It's Star Wars.
Yes, but Star Wars at least makes some quasi-sense with their in-universe rules most of the time.
Look at George Lucas. He's the one that did it.
He had nothing to do with BB-8. Because what they did was they took George Lucas's baby that, admittedly, it has some faults, but it was sound. It was all right. And then they're like, yeah, fuck this. We're just going to piss all over it while ripping it off simultaneously. So my other issue with 3PO, and you'll appreciate this because I'm griping about episode 1 now. So one of the things that annoys me in prequels when they do this is when things tie in a little too well. So I understand R2 being there because we established in A New Hope that R2-D2 knows Obi-Wan Kenobi. And that's it's a perfectly plausible example of how R2 would have come into contact with Obi-Wan for the first time. And Anakin, for that matter. Having Anakin build C-3PO, it's too much. It's too much.
Why is it too much?
It's not necessary for the story. It's just an excuse to get C-3PO in the movie. It's just too much. It's too much.
Yeah. I agree with you on the whole reprogramming the memory stuff and everything. I'm with you on that one. But I like C-3PO. He's a good guy.
C-3PO is one of the most annoying characters in the Star Wars universe.
He makes me laugh.
I will admit, when he gets disassembled in Empire, that's some pretty good shit. But then he's in the new trilogy. Why?
But he's not in it as much.
So why is he there?
But why is R2-D2 there?
Well, okay, but that's a fair point. Why is R2-D2 there? He's not necessary.
Okay, but they got Princess Leia there still. He's General Leia. They're under the advisements of General Leia.
Okay, that makes sense. Speaking of another thing, C-3PO, did you notice the random red arm?
Yes, it did.
As a like little wink to the Bad Robot production company.
I know.
JJ. The fuck.
So is J.J. Abrams that one did it, wasn't it?
Yeah, for The Force Awakens and for The Rise of Skywalker.
But and J.J. Abrams also did Transformers.
No, I thought that was Michael Bay.
Oh, that's right. It was Michael Bay. I apologize.
Oh.
J.J. Abrams.
So, silver lining, though, if this Star Wars shit could have been a lot worse if they gave it to Michael Bay. What was it do? We need more explosions and more tits. It's like, Michael, we don't really do boobs in the Star Wars universe. Why not? That's why people fucking hate them. I don't know why Michael Bay has a really bad New York accent, but
I'm glad Michael Bay never touched Star Wars.
Right.
Look what he did with the Turtles.
Don't get me started on that. No. Just no. We can do a TMNT episode, but no.
You want to do a TMNT episode?
We can
will do one.
We'll do a TMNT episode. I've been a fan of TMNT. Oh God, since I was born, as far back as I can remember. I'm currently finally watching the 2012 series.
The one from Nickelodeon.
Yeah, well, the one that was produced, the first one produced by Nickelodeon. Yes.
That's one way to find out. April's a little young girl.
Yeah, when she's a teenager, and so is Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. I'm still on the fence.
It's pretty good.
Oh no, I've liked it overall. There have been a couple things where I'm like, I'm not huge on that, but I get it. So, one more TMNT thing, and then we'll get back to Star Wars. But have you watched Rise of the TMNT?
That was the second one, right?
No. That's the latest one. That's the one that they made in 2018.
Yeah, that was the sequel to the first one.
No. It's a series.
Oh, no. Oh, Oh God, yeah. I've not seen it, but I've seen like what they look like. Oh
Yeah.
God.
I'm not like I kind of have to see it just because like it's TMNT, but I don't think I'm gonna like it at all.
No, no. The last thing I watched TMNT was when they fought Batman.
Dude, that one sleeper hit. That movie's awesome.
Yeah, I own that. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
I own that shit too. And it's funny, I saw a random ass trailer on, I think it was Facebook, and I'm like, where's this? Where do I find it? I bought that some bitch, watched it, and I was like, holy shit, this is great.
I can't wait till we talk about TMNT because then we can talk about that and Power Rangers together.
Dude, I'm not even. Everybody who came for Star Wars is pissed now. This is the way the Nerdcast podcasts go. Oh, dude, I'm also like I'm rewatching a few episodes of Mighty Morphin here and there.
Yep.
Man, it's
what? How bad it is?
like yes and no. Because on the one hand, it's like I'm kind of surprised at how well it still kind of sort of holds up.
Right.
But then, okay, the bad puns that I completely missed as a kid. Like, what was it? More phenomenal. That's more phenomenal. It's like, oh my god.
And they kept saying that in like the. God, you're making me feel old right now, because I've watched every season just about. Oh, hold on. 10 was Wild Force.
Oh god, I don't know.
No, I'm saying 11 was Dino Thunder. 12 was 12 was Mystic no. Head to a Ninjas. Ninja Steel. No, not Ninja Steel. Ninja Storm. Ninja Storm, then Dino Thunder.
Ninja Vanish!
I'm going to say about the 14th or 15th. That was the 15th season. Now I remember now. Because they brought back past Rangers from past seasons. And Adam, who was the Black Ranger from the second season, says more phenomenal in that season.
Ugh.
And that was Operation Overdrive, and that's one of the worst seasons of Power Rangers of all time.
You know what?
Seriously.
I was going somewhere and I completely
Turtles and Power Rangers and bad puns.
No, that's not where I was going, but it'll we got to get back to Star Wars anyway. But yeah, we'll do a TMNT episode. That'll be fun.
Eric's gonna be like, why can't I join in these?
Well, he busy, so if I'll tell him that we want to do a TMNT episode, and if he's down, we'll wait because we can theoretically do that anytime.
He's busy with the Rona and the other thing that he's doing that we both know he's doing right now.
Yep. I believe that's wrapping up though, so he should be back. He should be back on the show here before too long. But anyway, back to Star Wars. So I got a question for you. This will be fun.
Okay.
Just the trilogy movies, not like the one-offs like Solo and Rogue One. What's your order that you like them? Like, what's your favorite to least favorite
Of all of them?
of all the 9 trilogy movies?
Okay. Then I would have to do Return of the Jedi be number 1. Then A New Hope. Then Empire. And then right now, because of after this conversation we've had,
I've changed his mind.
3, 2, 1, then 7, 8, 9.
You're not terribly far off, but for me, Empire's number 1. Then
Okay.
then Return of the Jedi.
The New Hope.
No.
Oh,
Then episode 3.
okay.
Then episode 2.
Okay.
Then episode 1. Then A New Hope. And then Force Awakens, Rise of Skywalker, and in dead last place. And if I could put if the rules would permit me to put the Star Wars Christmas holiday special before The Last Jedi, I would.
I haven't seen that.
Well, because at least the holiday special had Ewoks.
You're right, but I watched the Ewok movies, the 2, they're on Disney Plus, and well, I watched the first one at least. I gave it a try. It's like, yeah, they're fucking Ewoks, they're fucking adorable, but no, I'm sorry, I couldn't do it.
We don't need more Ewoks. They were great in Return of the Jedi, but
No, they have their own movies.
yeah, that's a bit much. That's a bit.
Yeah.
Now, what another episode we're gonna have to do, and this will be somewhat relevant. So, Eric, this will probably be coming up soon. We should do a Spider-Man episode.
My plan was to go see that tonight too.
Tonight? Oh, I'm gonna go see it this weekend. I'm so afraid I'm gonna be disappointed.
I don't think so.
If I will be disappointed if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are not in it.
Are you in agreement with everybody else when it says, especially when you see on TikTok, if they don't play that damn song, but he shows up? Because
Yeah.
they have to play that damn song if he shows up. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, that one's funny, but it's actually a really good point.
Hero by Chad Kroeger needs to be playing if Tobey Maguire shows up.
Excuse me, Hero by who?
By Chad Kroeger.
No, sir, that was Nickelback, my friend.
No, it wasn't. It was
Yes.
Chad Kroeger.
Nope.
No.
We'll see.
It was done by Chad Kroeger and Joseph Scott of Saliva, with the lead singer of Theory of a Dead Man. The bassist was from Nickelback, and the drummer was from Our Lady Peace.
Dude, no, it's totally Nickelback.
No, it's not.
It's totally Nickelback, dude. I'm looking at it right now. The song is Nickelback.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Look up Hero.
I just did. It's Hero by Nickelback. Hero, song by Nickelback. I am so high, I can hear heaven.
I'll show you when you and I are together.
I'm looking at it right now, dude.
I can't see it.
I know because it's too bright, but I'm looking at it right now. Oh, you can kind of see that. Save for the glare. Let me
Oh, well.
see. Hero, song by Nickelback. And there it is. And there it is. I am so high.
And
I
if
can
you watch
hear
the
heaven.
if you watch the video, it's not Nickelback.
The fuck, it's not Nickelback. Okay.
Is Eric still in the chat? Is Eric actually still watching?
I'm looking this shit up, dude. If I can spell Nickelback on my phone with my fat fingers.
We're gonna have a copyright.
Dude. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to play it, but
Okay.
Nickelback.
No,
Hero.
you can see it. You can see it. You can see it.
Yeah, I know. But it's
Watch.
on Nickelback's official YouTube channel, man.
Whoa.
I'm looking at it. It's the dude from fucking Nickelback. And footage of Spider-Man.
Okay, keep watching.
Yeah, I'm not following. It looks like Nickelback to me, brother. Oh shit, no, I see the dude from Saliva.
Aha!
Okay, but it's still under Nickelback.
I shouldn't be though.
It is.
That was one of that was one of the times Chad Kroeger went on a little singles run
But it's not, dude. It's under Nickelback.
because he also did the thing with Carlos Santana.
Okay, but like my point still stands. Like it seems they have some guests in there, but it's fucking Nickelback.
Yeah.
This is an argument of semantics.
There's no semantics here. I'm just stating the facts.
Dude, the facts are that both Google and YouTube list it as Nickelback on the official channels.
That's why you go to Wikipedia. Wikipedia is always right.
Okay, Wikipedia. We'll do this, and I'll be right 3 times in a row. I'm telling you, brother, it's... Because they played that song on the radio all the time when that movie came out, and they were like, Hero by Nickelback. Not Nickelback and Company. Nickelback. Back. God damn it.
Sorry for a slight delay, folks, who is watching and listening to this. My co-host here is at a loss for words here because he's having to look us up here.
What the fuck? This is some bullshit.
What happened?
So Wikipedia lists it as a Chad Kroeger song. Oh shit, this is so funny. What the fuck? I still say I win because it's 2 out of 3.
No, bullshit.
Okay, hang on. We gotta fucking. Okay, so Wikipedia does list this as a song by Chad Kroeger, lead vocalist of Nickelback, and Josie Scott, the lead vocalist of Saliva. Okay, but here's the thing. Like, I remember when this came out, and they were always saying Hero by Nickelback. So this is kind of...
Right, but they never sung this in concert as Nickelback.
I can't substantiate that, but... So I think what we've got here is a case of it depends on... This is actually somewhat deep. So this kind of depends on... This depends on what the agreements were, if you really think about it. Because you could also argue that this is a Nickelback song where Josie Scott deserves a writing credit.
Right, but the thing is, though, is...
But because it's a single, you can also make the argument that this is a song by Chad Kroeger and Josie Scott.
Right. And any video you look up live for actually Chad Kroeger singing this live, he's obviously. Let me finish when I say this.
Yep.
He is with Nickelback. Okay.
Almost like it's a song by Nickelback.
Let me finish. Okay, but you know Chad Kroeger's known for his goatee and his long black blonde hair, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in the last few years, he's shaved that goatee off, and he's got short blonde hair now, sort of like yours, and everything, hair-wise.
Short blonde hair.
Yes, but no facial hair, and he's just started singing the song again with the band here recently, like some areas, just like as a one-off.
Because it's a Nickelback song.
No, it's not.
I'm just fucking with you. Just having fun. Okay, so here's another example of this. This is another song where it depends on your point of view. Queen's Under Pressure. Is it a Queen song? Is it a David Bowie song?
You motherfucker. You had to do that, didn't you?
But see, here's the thing. I don't know the answer to that because it's a single.
You're right.
So
you're right.
Technically, it's both. It's all of those things at the same time.
He had to go there.
I went there. Because they are both awesome songs.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong. Could you? Okay, so here's this one will fuck up with your brain. Could you imagine "Hero" sung by Freddie Mercury? Goddamn, that'd be good.
Well, the closest thing we got right now is Adam Lambert. So,
Who's not bad?
who's from Indiana?
Is he really?
Yes.
I did not know this.
Yeah, he's from Indianapolis.
No shit.
Swear to God.
I don't doubt you. I just want to.
I never said you had to doubt me.
Son of a bitch.
What?
Dude's from Indianapolis, Indiana. I did not know that.
There's a lot of things that I know that you don't know.
What the fuck? Okay, hang on. Where the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Okay. But shortly after his birth, his family moved to San Diego.
Okay, it's still, he doesn't matter. He's a huger.
Hey. I don't. That's kind of But this one will fuck with you. Speaking of Marvel characters, you know where Bucky Barnes is from?
Yeah, he's from Shelbyville, Indiana.
Yes, sir. Even though in the movie they retconned it so they say he was from fucking Brooklyn, that's some bullshit.
I agree.
Bucky Barnes is from fucking Shelbyville, Indiana. You can Wikipedia that shit. So for a brief period of time, Captain America was from Shelbyville, Indiana.
You're damn right.
I'll never forget the first time somebody told me that. I'm like, you're full of shit. He's like, look it up. I'm like, son of a bitch. Very much the same reaction I had to finding out Adam Lambert was born in Indianapolis.
Did you?
I get a similar reaction though when I tell people that Michael Jackson was from Indiana.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. They're like, no, he wasn't. I'm like, yes, he was. Gary, Indiana, born and raised, motherfucker.
Did you know Brendan Fraser's from Indiana?
Yes, I did know that.
Okay.
I learned that a long time ago, and I had a similar reaction.
Okay.
Actually, there's a lot of famous people that come from Indiana. They all just have one thing in common. They all fucking leave.
I mean, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
I mean, I honestly can't think of one famous. I mean, I'm sure somebody exists, but I can't think of one famous person that was born in Indiana, grew up in Indiana, and stayed in Indiana after they got famous.
I know there's three people who didn't stay here, but they keep coming back here.
Doesn't count.
I think actually, huh?
Doesn't count. Oh, actually, you know what? I can think of one, but I'm not going to. It's gonna be a secret.
Something I know that you don't know?
No.
Okay.
It's gonna remain a mystery, folks.
All right. There's three people that I do know that I still acknowledged it. Actually, one of them actually does live back here in Indiana.
Who's that?
Mike Epps.
Okay.
Day.
But was he born here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Wasn't I can't remember. Mellencamp's from here though, isn't he?
Wilmington.
What's that? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So there are some.
Well, he does. Oh, yeah, he still does live here.
Yeah. No, I know.
I've seen his house.
Originally from Seymour, and yeah, he still lives here.
I've seen his house, Lake Monroe. If you go down there to camp and everything down there, and you go on the water, all that, you go to a certain spot, you see his house and everything. Nice house.
What the fuck? James Dean was from Indiana?
Yeah.
Shit, I feel like I knew that and I just forgot. Jenna Fisher's from Indiana?
Uh-huh.
Steve McQueen? Florence Henderson? Well, we knew Larry Bird and David. Okay, David Letterman. Oh, Janet Jackson. Yeah, Jim Mellencamp. Colonel Sanders! Technically Abraham Lincoln. He was born here, but he didn't stay here. Axl Rose? Bullshit.
You didn't know Axl Rose is from here?
I did not. Oh, Red Skelton, I knew that. Orville Redenbacher. Mike Pence. Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I knew that.
He moved not so long afterwards.
Yeah. And then Ultimate Warrior. Yeah.
Do you know who the first wrestling world champion from Indiana is?
It wasn't Dick the Bruiser. It was
actually legit world champion.
Well, in what organization?
The NWA.
I'm Terry Funk's from Indiana.
Aha.
Oh. I feel like I know this, but I'm blanking on it, so I'm gonna have a duh moment when you tell me.
You just said it.
Oh, Terry Funk. So wait. Oh no, I guess he would have.
Because him and his brother was from Indiana too. They were both born here.
Dory?
Yeah.
Huh.
And his dad was born here too.
And then they got the fuck out.
It was when they went to Texas.
Yep, moved down to Texas.
Just like in the Warrior, he's from Crawfordsville.
For some reason, I thought he was from Michigan.
No.
Yeah.
But Warrior, he's from Crawfordsville. He was obviously the first WWE.
That explains his mental state.
Yeah. But he does acknowledge that he loves Indiana. Look at his kid.
What about his kid?
Her name's Indiana.
Oh, God, that fucking crazy bastard. Anyway, Star Wars.
Indiana Warrior.
Oh, God. We've deviated, so I think this is a good place to wrap it up. But any final thoughts you would like to throw out here for the first Star Wars War episode? Because there are going to be 9 of them now. There have to be.
The what?
Of the Star Wars Wars episodes.
Oh.
Because this is Star Wars Wars episode 1, where essentially the podcast host or hosts and a guest just argue about Star Wars.
Oh boy. I can't argue too much about Star Wars. I think I've argued enough about it.
That's why I said we're gonna wrap it up. But then just keep all your resentments and thoughts bottled up inside.
I know on the next. I know that on the next episode we do when it comes to turtles. That's gonna be a fun one. No, you pretty much hit the nail on the coffin when it came to the new trilogy. Now, why I don't like it now. You pretty much hit the nail on the coffin.
It's what I do. I take movies that people think they like, point out all their flaws, like I did with Mortal Kombat Preparation.
Shut up.
Like I did with what was the other one I did it to really bad? Oh, I think it might have been Star Wars with another group of friends. But anyway, it's what I do.
It's what he does.
It's what I do. Everybody's like, I liked it. It was okay. I'm like, it fucking sucked, and this is why.
You're right. But until next time.
Oh, I would like to for the movie for the moviegoers out there who think that I hate everything. I'm gonna get some laughs on this one. But I did go see the newest version of West Side Story. It's fucking incredible. Go see it. It's awesome. So good. There are some minor things, but it's Spielberg hit it out of the park. Fucking great. It was phenomenal. I have not seen it yet. Oh, it was fucking phenomenal. Did you see the first one?
No, I have not.
I bet you had in school. You just don't remember it because they played it all the fucking time. But anyway, it's good.
No, when I was in school, we didn't even see that.
Huh. I find that hard to believe because we went to the same school.
Well, no, hold on. Remember, I didn't go to that school until
You're right. You're right.
So what I would have been watching been totally stuff totally different than what you guys would have been watching.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. Well, I'd say that's a good wrap-up point for Star Wars Wars Episode 1, The Fanboy Menace. Yeah. And if you would like to see me bitch about more movies, you can check out our old Mortal Kombat 2021 movie review, which I actually think is one of our best episodes because it's entertaining as hell. And then we reviewed, what else did Eric and I reviewed the Snyder cut of Justice League.
Yes, you did.
That was a good one. And then we reviewed Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
I've yet to see that.
The movie or the review?
Both. So, well, I ain't gonna watch the review until it's in the movie.
I'm just making sure.
As soon as I got on there and you guys were starting to talk about it, I was like, I'm getting off here. Bye-bye.
Spoilers. I feel like we did, I want to say we did another movie review, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't remember. But go check out the channel. All the past episodes are available here on YouTube. You can just click on their channel page down there. After you click the like and the subscribe buttons, which should be approximately here and here, somewhere in there, and then you can share it to the Twitter or the Facebook or all the other the sharing things that the kids use these days. Or if you prefer your podcast in audio format, you can check out our anchor.fm link down below, or you can search for the Average Intelligence Podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts. I'm working on getting us on Amazon Podcasts now. And then if you're a fan of pro wrestling as well, you can check out the podcast that Ben and I do called the Down the Middle Podcast, and we have one coming up this Sunday, our last podcast of the year.
Yes.
It's going to be fun. We're going to talk about the aftermath of Winter is Coming from AEW. And then I'm sure we'll talk about all kinds of other... Actually, you know what I would like? I'm going to go ahead and say that episode is going to be Winter Came and Wrestling New Year's Resolutions. What we would like to see in professional wrestling in 2022.
And a final battle, it will be.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, shit. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but I've seen some highlights. Looked like a good show.
That's my point.
Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna have to watch it.
He knows what I'm getting at now.
And so do all the wrestling nerds who might be watching. And one might say there was a little bit of brawn in that show. Did not see that coming.
Oh no, nobody did.
Nope. But yeah, so anyway, that's it for Star Wars Wars Episode 1. Much like the trilogy, Episode 1 won't be hardly anyone's favorite, but they'll get better. All right, we're getting off here. Have a good night, everybody. And if we don't see you before then, which we will, because let's face it, you guys tune in every week. I mean, come on. Yeah. But if we don't see you before then, have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a joyous Kwanzaa, whatever your holiday celebration is. We hope it's happy, delicious, orgasmic, whatever you prefer. Not necessarily in that order, but anyway. God bless us, everyone, and goodbye. And